So we got some new RTVs from Kubota. This is the RTV-X1140 and they're for ARA. So Kubota is the new primary sponsor for ARA. So they sent us some rigs and I'm gonna get it ready to go. All right, so first we'll be installing the roof. It comes with these brackets. These brackets will go, you'll take these bolts out on both sides, and then it comes with new ones, and this will help support the front of the roof. And it comes with all of this hardware for on top of the roof. It's got rubber washers with a steel washer on top, and then some locking nuts for your P brackets back here that it also comes with. Tools you'll need to install the roof: 9/16 socket and a 1/2" socket, couple of ratchets, and if you have one of these, it'll be very useful. Impact, just to get the bolts out that are already in there pretty good. To start, we'll put these brackets on. I would recommend doing these one at a time, just in case this bar wants to rotate or anything. It'll just make it easier, and it's possible to do it with this because you can slide it out of the way. So you'll put the bar, obviously, this end up. Put the bolt back in. And we'll leave it loose for when we get the roof on. We can kind of position it how it needs to be. So now we'll do the other one. Slide this down. Nice and loose. Same thing on the other side. And leave it loose. Now we'll start taking out these three M10s on the top here on both sides, and that's all you'll need to take out. So 6 bolts total. Now that we have all 6 of these bolts out, we can get the roof on and settled into place. So we'll just gently put it on here. Slide it up over. And then you just gotta be careful of this mirror here. It's pretty stout, but it's gonna sit right over the edge of the metal bracket, roughly. So if you're gonna put a roof on and you know at some point you're gonna do a windshield, it's better just to do it all at once, because the windshield will bolt to the mounts for the roof as well. So it's better just to do it all once so you don't have to take them back out again. And then the roof has 2 extra holes here for bolting to the windshield. And we'll show you guys how to install that now. Up, right to the outside. And it'll sit on top. And then pick the roof up. Go in like that. There. So it's gonna fit on the outside of each roll bar. And then you'll just have to line it up with the holes for your mounts up by the roof. With the windshield, when you get it on, the correct alignment is having it just above these hinges for the hood. And you'll know that it's in the right spot because it'll reach the 2 bolt holes that'll drop down through the roof. So just make sure when you're lining it up to have it just above these hinges here. And just make sure these holes line up. So we'll start our first bolt up. So for the front, you'll be using the smaller screw with a steel washer, a rubber washer, and then underneath you'll use a steel washer and a locking nut, and it all comes with that. So once you get the holes all lined up, drop it down through. You'll put your metal washer on, and then your locking nut. And we'll just leave everything loose now until we get everything bolted in so that we can move it if we need to. So for the other 6 bolts in the middle on the roll bars, we'll be using an M10 screw, steel washer, rubber washer, and then these have a little guide. So it's a metal small little guide that will go in between the rubber like that. So it'll fit in that rubber piece. And that'll just make sure that rubber washer gets a good seal. These don't have a nut because they're going right into the frame that we took the other ones out of. So for the P-clamps that I've already installed, these guys here, you'll go back to the smaller bolt, metal washer rubber, and there won't be a washer underneath because you've got that P-clamp. Just get it on enough to where it'll hold that from popping back out. And now we can go ahead and tighten everything up. So I'm gonna use a ratchet instead of the impact because it's got these rubber washers on the top, and if you over tighten them, they basically have a better chance of ripping, or in cold weather, they'll crack and start leaking. So you don't need them super tight. They've got the locking nuts on them. You just want them to have a nice even flat surface and just overhand tight. Good telltale that you have it tight enough is you'll start seeing the rubber washer kind of bend up on the edges. You also want to make sure your rubber washer is centered with the steel washer. So you can see now it's just starting to flange up on the edges, and that's tight enough. All right, so after you get the roof bolted down to the top of the windshield also comes with these brackets that go down here on both sides. It'll take a bolt that's 1/2 inch. So all right, so once you have these tight, windshield and roof are all set now. So I showed you guys how to put the front bolts on, what bolts go where. I'm gonna finish tightening this thing up and we'll show you the finished product. All right, windshield and roof is on. She should be ready to hit the trails.